decentralization has been introduced in West African countries to resolve education problems. According to this policy, various authorities to run schools were incorporated into the school management committees, composed of school teachers, parents and residents, so that people could run the schools themselves. But when they were launched, the school management committees did not function well, and new policies were required to revitalize them. To have a functional school management committee, JICA believed that the important things were capacity of planning, capacity of resource mobilization, transparency of organization, and leadership. The aim was to establish a new model so that the school management committees could link schools to communities and encourage school improvement by community participation. For this purpose, we introduced the minimum package, which consists of 3 elements. Democratic elections to make an organization open and transparent for everyone. School action plan to decide on activities democratically. Monitoring so that the school management committee functions continuously. Let's look at each of these elements of the minimum package in turn. One, democratic elections. The first element in the minimum package is democratic elections. In the past, authorities like village or religious leaders were usually responsible for the school management committee, and opinions of the majority of the local community were ignored. As a result, the community came to distrust schools and the school management committee, and had no interest in running the schools. The resolution to such a problem is elections by secret ballot, in which the school management committee members are elected by everybody. By these democratic elections, there is a high probability of selecting capable leaders. All community members become interested in schools and how they should be run, and they are free to express their opinion. These democratic elections are the foundation of community participation. Let's look at the election process itself. The school principal plays a central role to make preparations for the elections. The school principal explains the role of the school management committee, how it was established, the need for elections, and the national education policy to influential people such as village and religious leaders and representatives of local groups. After discussing with those who are collaborating in the process, the school principal chooses a date and time when as many community members as possible can participate and opens the community meeting. He describes the role of parents in the children's education and school management, the meaning and procedure of democratic elections, and the importance of choosing their own representatives. 3 or 4 election organizers are chosen, and the time and place of the election are decided. In the second meeting, the participants are registered to vote, the candidates are registered to be elected, the candidates give their speeches, and voting by secret ballot takes place. Members who are suitable, determined and reliable are chosen as representatives of all the community members, and members of the School Management Committee are chosen from among them. 2. School Action Plan: Planning, Implementation and Evaluation. The second element in the minimum package is to draw up a school action plan with community participation. The School Management Committee repeatedly collects opinions of community members in further community meetings. And after identifying problems, analysing the problems and suggesting solutions, and assigning priorities, a school action plan for 1 year is drawn up. Regarding this draft plan, another community meeting is held. The plan is modified based on questions and opinions of community members, and it is finally approved by all the community members. For the school action plan, the following 3 points are important. 1. All decisions are made in the community meeting, and plans are drawn up with the participation and approval of the whole community. 2. Selected activities can be carried out by communities themselves. 3. Resources necessary to realise the plan are basically provided by community members themselves. By adopting the school action plan, participation by large numbers of community members is encouraged, and autonomous school management which gets things done is achieved. Moreover, through interim and final evaluation of the results of these activities at community meetings, all community members continually share information, which gives them a feeling of success and achievement, provides motivation, and leads to their ongoing participation. Through community meetings, everyone shares the problems, thinks of and decides on the activities to solve them. Everyone is involved in planning, implementation and evaluation of the activities. The cycle of these steps forms a framework for community participation in school improvement activities. Three, monitoring. The third element in the minimum package is monitoring. Monitoring consists of internal monitoring and external monitoring. Internal monitoring is carried out by the school management committees. School management committee members monitor whether the planned activities are carried out as scheduled and whether there are any problems. Based on the monitoring results, the improvement strategies are planned and reflected in the next plan. This gives rise to a good activity cycle. External monitoring is carried out by an education officer responsible for the school management committee. Here, he directly checks the state of the committee, and if there are any problems or difficulties, he gives advice and reports the situation of the committee to the Education Ministry. By implementing this internal and external monitoring regularly, continuous improvements are made to the running of the school. Federation of School Management Committees. The education officer who implements external monitoring has to do the rounds of many school management committees. As their number increases, the burden imposed on this officer will increase. To alleviate this burden, the Federation of School Management Committees was set up. This federation is composed of all the school management committees in each municipality or district. Their representatives regularly attend general meetings of the federation and share information about what they are doing. The education officer makes use of this opportunity to regularly get more reliable information from each committee, which allows more efficient monitoring. Now let's look at the activities of the Federation of School Management Committees. The Board of Federation of School Management Committees draws up a draft of an annual action plan for local educational development, including monitoring of school management committees. After this draft plan is approved at the General Meeting, which brings together representatives of regional school management committees, activities are then implemented in accordance with the plan. For example, various activities are carried out together to resolve educational problems common to the entire community, such as regional standard mock exams and sports festivals to improve the quality of education, or school enrollment campaigns to improve school access. This cycle, planning, activities and monitoring and evaluation, which is reflected in the next plan, is the foundation of local education development. The Federation of School Management Committees, which represents the school management committees in the municipality or district, is also a bridge to the education authorities and local government. In addition to horizontal ties, including information exchange between school management committee members themselves, new vertical ties are also formed between education authorities, local government, and committees for communication. In this way, the activities of these school management committees expand and become galvanized.